Where we at, Arista?
Peace and blessings, y'all. We at my humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying? We in downtown Stockton, where I grew up. This is the apartment complex that I grew up in, called Louis' Apartment. I grew up right here in the top corner right here. I grew up playing on this roof. I grew up climbing that billboard. I grew up walking all up and down the street. I got my first fist fights here. I had my first, friends out here. But everyone, this was Skid Row. But everyone, it's a trip. Is like we were little kids. We were able to go walk all around this whole place, dangerous, and all the drug heads and everybody that was on Skid Row.
Smell it right now.
They look out after us. So it's a trippy growing up out here. You know what I mean? Like for real.
Yo, it's real out here in Stockton, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I can smell it. Like I can smell it.
Yeah, bro, it's real bad. It's real bad.
I can smell it though, the poverty out here, but
yeah, the poverty,
that's where hip hop started.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying a lot of people, they don't have that code because they didn't come from this. You know what I'm saying? Take a walk with me right here. This is my entrance right here. This is where I grew up. Right here. Corner, that's the kitchen window.
Yo, that's crazy.
People see me, you know what I'm saying? They gotta see where I come from. They don't understand where that content comes from, why the dance is so, and why the elements is so sharp. You know what I mean? We grew up playing tetherball on this pole right here.
Right.
And when we didn't have a tetherball, we put a sock. You know what I mean? It'd be a sock. It'd be tetherball all day long. This is my hood, downtown Stockton, man. Under the bridge, we walk everywhere, and we ride our bike under the bridge, and we was here, and like I said, it's empty now because a lot of people are gone, but man, this place used to be packed. It was Skid Row. You could see pictures and video back in the 90s.
I remember coming out here.
Yeah.
I do, I ain't gonna lie.
It was really packed.
Yeah, it was really packed. I remember, I thought it was like a nightmare. I thought it was like a movie set.
Yeah, it was, and literally, it would be so packed, but it was like, yeah, it was a trip growing up out here, you know what I'm saying? A real trip.
So like you were saying earlier about that code, like, from my experience though too, like I came from the same area but South Central. Same area, piss on the ground.
Yeah.
People sleeping on the couches.
Exactly.
People in the middle of the street with the couches, like smoked out.
Yep.
But it did something to me. It turned me into like a diamond.
Yeah.
It made me channel into who my inner, what my really purpose was, because I didn't want to be on the couch.
Exactly.
I wanted to be at the dances.
Exactly.
So I knew I had to get good to get respected.
And see, that's the thing about people who were ghetto, recognize ghetto, because if you were really ghetto, you wouldn't be promoting the ghetto.
Right.
Because that's the place where we all strive to get out of. We don't want to talk, people from the ghetto don't want to speak ghetto, don't want to speak uneducated, don't want to, you know what I mean? That if you really went through it, if you want to stay there, but if you want to overcome, we were trying to articulate ourselves, trying to learn better because we really came from it. You know what I mean? We weren't, it wasn't a thing, it wasn't fashionable for us. It was poverty, real poverty, you know what I mean? And it wasn't cool being that poor, you know what I mean? And so, literally, I don't even want to say what we did to survive out here, but you know what I mean? We had to do a lot of things that, you know what I mean, we just,
I know all about it.
So yeah, growing up here, downtown Stockton, but like I said, it molded to the point to where it's like, man, I don't promote hood, I don't promote gangbanging, I don't promote, you know what I'm saying, crime, I don't promote none of that stuff. I'm promoting everybody to be their best self, everyone to upgrade, you know what I mean, to get out of that impoverished mind state, that impoverished mentality, that impoverished energy, you know what I mean, because that's the real enemy. The real enemy is poverty, you know what I mean, poverty first, it starts in the mind, you know what I'm saying, in the heart. You got poor in love, you know what I'm saying? So out of here, all these prayers that were set up there with me and my family, manifested into me to have something that gave me purpose in life and gave me a reason to go out there and represent for everyone who didn't get to. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of good people out here. There's a lot of amazing people, and I'm a reminder of them. You know what I mean? And this is Filipino. We're in Little Manila right now. Consider this is historical Stockton, you know what I mean, where the Filipinos landed and we worked out of the fields. So all of this used to be Little Manila, all Filipino owned. You know what I mean? Like even this building, Filipino owned. All this stuff was Filipino owned. We used to have mechanics. You know what I mean? So I grew up here in Little Manila with a lot of elders, a lot of manongs. You know what I mean? I used to walk from here into the gambling hall. You know what I mean? There's a lot of gambling halls here in downtown Stockton, so there'll be a lot of elder Filipinos gambling, and You know what I mean? And so yeah, man, you know what I mean? It molded me and raised me in a certain way that I gotta understand that there's just a lot of people, they ain't from that. So sometimes I just am naturally the way I am. I could be offensive, or I could be, you know, I could start clowning. I could start, you know what I mean? Being that way that I was raised here. You know, I catch myself. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm just trying to upgrade, y'all. I'm trying to upgrade my personality, my operating systems, and that's what I want for everyone else too. You know what I mean? Because this is where we came from. We don't want to come back to these places. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to live in these places, but this is historic. It's amazing going through it. And everyone who knows me, you know, knows that you kind of like survive.
But you know what's crazy though? Nobody in hip hop really talks about Stockton.
Yeah, man. This is me. This is.
It's like the forgotten land, like the land of the lost. Remember that old TV show?
Oh, they give up on Stockton. That's what I'm saying. Even I gave up on Stockton. So, you know what I mean? I love Stockton. My favorite place here is the cemetery. You know what I'm saying? When I come to Stockton, I go to the cemetery. I feel peace because all my family's there. You know what I mean? And you can feel a sense of like, this is where everyone ends up. Like, and it's, you know what I mean? All that rowdiness, all that whatever, didn't matter. It just, now it's, you know what I mean? Now everything is like this. So it's a good reminder. So best place for me here in Stockton is the cemetery. But everywhere else is just a lot of memories and a lot of like incidents and happenings, and there's a lot of unsolved things going on over here that it stays in the air. You know what I mean? And when things are unsolved, and especially when there's murders, you know what I mean? It affects the time-space fabric, and you can definitely feel it.
I feel it in South Central.
Yeah, it affects everything. You know, especially to have unsolved and unresolved. You got people being like, I mean, you can't be too friendly with people. Like my homeboy from Hawaii was out here trying to act all aloha out here. I was like, yo, out here you gotta watch out. Somebody's cousin just got killed and they don't know who did it. So they just know it was some Asian looking dude. So now every dude is like, was that him? Is that the dude who got my loved one? You know what I mean? So everyone's walking around here or looking around with that kind of energy. Like, is that him? Because there's a lot of unsolved, like case closed. Like we're not opening that cases in the, you know, in the files. They ain't looking into that murder no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if they don't solve it within the first 48 hours, it's like it's gone. There's a lot of that in the air out here, and a lot of people are hurt. You know what I mean? Are living hurt because of that unsolved thing in their life.
So we're gonna hit up the next place.
Let's go.
All right.